Welcome back to the channel. Now, it's been a while, but we're back on site. Ed's out here with me, and in this video, Ed, we need to get these ridges ready.
Yep.
All right, so the last time I was here, I marked them out. I put a couple of rafters up against the trusses, and I marked them out where they're going to go against the king posts, okay? Those little notches in the top of the king posts. I've checked all the dimensions, and they're pretty close. So there's a notch to do at the bottom of each of where the positions are, and then we're just going to relieve the shoulders here. So when we put the ridges in, we've got a little bit of tolerance. So we're going to cut simple notches out there and reduce this down.
And that's just for the rafters, to make sure our ridge is perfectly straight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't want to bend it in and out. So but they're pretty accurate. So we're going to get on, make these up, and slot them in effectively.
Awesome.
And once they're in out there, we can start banging some rafters in. So we better crack on. I'll get some trestles and we'll drop them onto the stools. Chilly though, isn't it, mate?
I'm going to go screw fix and buy myself a heated jacket.
Yeah.
On the way home.
Well, you actually going to get one?
Yeah.
No.
200 quid would be cold. I'd rather have...
200 quid?
That's probably what it's going to cost me.
What?
It's very cold.
Drop that down. That's ready to rock. We make this one and then we'll copy it across. I really like doing these simple plunge cuts with these circular saws. This is a 190 blade. Blade's about 6 months old. I keep wanting to change it, but it's just not dull enough yet, okay? It's lasted and lasted. We're cutting a lot of timber with it. So yeah, I do a simple plunge cut, put the front of the saw against, and then lower it in. Sight it through here, and just lower it in. There's no riving knife. You can see there's no riving knife on there. A lot of portable saws now don't have that riving knife because this has got a particularly good fence there as well. So that's basically it. Now I'll get my handsaw and quickly knock that out because I'm all the way through. So I've only got to finish it here. Finish it here. And of course here. Gives you a lovely notch.
Just a note on those plunge cuts. I remember when I was learning how to do them from watching you, and I was focusing too much on the blade, but the most important thing is making sure that the bottom of the fence is square to the timber.
Yeah.
So when you're learning to do it, if you focus on that bit rather than actually what the blade's doing, that's more important, and that's how I learned how to do it.
Yeah.
So it's a good point, that one to add.
And there'll be people who'll say, especially the Canadians and the Americans, oh no, sit it flat like this and drop it. And that's also a nice way of doing it. I don't personally like that because it's a little bit wobbly. You can set it up a bit so it's just catching, and that's a bit more stable. And then you just do this plunge. So that's good as well. Right, the ridges are done. All of the joints are done, ready to go. So we will get them up safely and slot them into the tops of the king post. That's all we need to do for now. They're not going to come out or blow out. And then we'll start thinking about getting some rafters in all the way. So a couple at either end and a couple in the middle to get it all dead straight. So that's really pretty much the next job, to get these lovely jointed ridges up in position. They'll also hold the tops of the trusses, which currently are doing their own thing. So when we put them up there, we'll have to sort of pull them because they'll bring them parallel to the bottom measurement as well. So let's get those up and in.
We managed to get the first couple of pairs of commons in, and that's just mainly to get the ridge in situ where we want it and check all our dimensions are right, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a matter of making sure before we cut all this timber up, it's all going to work. And I was pretty confident because we managed to get the building really parallel, starting with these tie beams, which obviously set it. And then when we put the trusses in, the bottoms of the trusses are exactly the same as those tie beams.
Yeah.
So we just know that the span is nice and equal. We also protected, because we were away for a couple of weeks, what with the break, protected the top of the walls to stop the OSB from swelling up as well. So we took a bit of precaution. You can just see the ice on that today. Really nice. And but there you go. So we're going to get all the rafters cut. In the next visit, once we've done those, we'll start assembling all of these gable to gables. Then we can build the actual stud work on the end here.
Yep.
Stud work on the end there. We've got a barn end with a gablet as well. We'll do a little video on that. So we might as well get on with it then, mate. And start cutting and keep warm.
Get it processed.
What's the plan, Ed?
Plan is to cut some rafters, mate. Get some timbers ready for the old roof.
Yeah, so we've already got, obviously, the template one that I'd already done.
Yep.
And we've got we tried the first ridge in, and we got those first rafters on that side.
Yeah.
And it all worked out fine. So now we can commit to cutting the rest. We've got another 48 to cut. And the process is, we're going to cut them from the template. I'll do some of the cutting this side. I'll pass them over to Ed. Then you'll do the next bit, which is...
Yeah, I'm going to finish off the bird's mouth and then tidy up the feet with the rafter. So, with a router, sorry. So just putting a little chamfer on the bottom of the rafter for a little added detail.
Yeah, because these are open eaves, so you get to see the feet as part of the detail. So what I like to do is actually put a really nice arris. And also when I'm cutting with the circular saw, I'm cutting in a way that the cut is super smooth. So we'll get on, Ed. We've got 48 to cut. Should take us no more than the morning, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of assemblies. Right, let's get this show on the road, Ed. We're going to need to stack the cut rafters at the back on some really nice bearings.
Yeah.
You've got two there. If I can get you another bearer.
Yeah, I just need something similar height.
3x3. Try these.
Oh, yeah. Those on edge should do.
Stick them on.
Frozen, mate.
Frozen solid.
It's all right, we don't mind.
Check my square. Good, square is set. Put that somewhere safe.
Yep.
Take these two and stack them. A little bit on the wet side, those. You all right with that, Ed?
Yeah. Need a drill as well, don't we?
We do need a drill. We need a couple of drills, really. Nice and gently.
Yeah.
Exactly the same these will be every single time. Nicely timber. Right, let's sort out our drills. We put the spade bit in here.
Yeah.
Put the big bit in there. Because the spade bits are good because they've got the hex end. So
2165.
the hardest thing is the bird's mouth one here. We want to come from here like this.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure it's right on that arris of the And we want to try and keep it nice and full as well. What we want to do is come out the middle, obviously. Or as close to the middle as possible. Right there. Yeah? Right in the centre.
Yeah.
And then it's a bit more tricky because really you want to do that, first.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit untidy, but if you've got the speed up, it works. And that's it, yeah? It's just enough of that head to go below. And then what did you say yours was up here?
2165 from the point.
2165, so come down. This will be where we need to be there.
We can do the spade
Do that
first
one
now.
first, yeah. This was a bit more tricky when I tried it the other day because you're going the whole way through.
Yeah.
So it wants to wander off, but... And then, obviously, you're over the stalls, it might be easy. I'll give you that over the stalls then.
Yeah.
And then you can, so I don't drill into my timber.
Careful
There you
with
go. Good. So that's the plan. Then just route that end, Ed.
Yeah.
As I say, with that router,
Yeah.
because there's not a lot of surface area here and we sort of start there, it wants to fall in, you know, it wants to sort of, we're coming around this way, it wants to fall in, do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but it's all right, give it a go and see how you get on. That's it, perfect. You'll either feel it or you won't. And keep pushing forward, that's it. That's perfect, yeah. So
Yeah.
you either feel it or you don't. So the reason I mention it is sometimes you'll watch someone and they'll put all the weight on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Just fall off, or it'll go into the corner. But that's it, mate. Right, I'll do that. You do this. We're laughing, aren't we?
You.
Okay, I'll get some cut, and we're away then, aren't we? Very wet, this top bit of timber.
Very.
Right, so you all right with that then?
Yeah. If I take him straight over.
Yeah. And I'll get through these ones. And then just pick the offcuts up and throw them away.
Yeah.
These are for sprockets and bits, so I'm going to make a decent pile of them. I might be able to do the saw here, Ed, just so you haven't got so much to do.
Yeah, because by the time I'm drilling and stuff,
Yeah, otherwise you got more to do.
I'll be way behind you. Rob, is the other battery over there?
Huh?
The other battery over there?
Is that one dead?
It's not showing any lights or anything.
It's full up.
It wasn't working. It
No,
literally,
sometimes you need to just reset it.
That's so weird. It just
It takes
died
a little
completely.
knock. Sometimes you have to just squeeze the trigger a couple of times.
Yeah.
Take that head. That's it. I'll get the next 5 marks and cut on the ends.
Yeah.
And then we just go through it then, don't we? Whew. Chilly old day today. Bit slippy up there, Ed.
Yeah, it's a little bit, mate, but just go steady.
Yeah, this is the thing, isn't it? You know, self-employed tradespeople, got to get out there. No one pays us. If it's cold, rainy or wet, you just have to work it in. So it is a little bit slippy, so we'll have to take some care, obviously, just like we do when it's wet. So plan is, we've got all those rafters finished. You've processed them all, you finished them all off yesterday, and we're going to get the rest of this part of the roof in first, Ed, and then we'll go over here and we'll get this one done as well. So it means we've got to move stuff around, we've got to move the scaffold around, we've got to move my access boards up there. This one went together nice, that one will go exactly the same. So we're going to crack on. If you stay at the bottom, you've got all the stainless steel fixings that you're going to use straight through the back of the bird's mouth into the oak. Once all they're fixed, we'll use the stainless steel nail either side skew nailed in as well. This stuff's quite hard as well, so we'll see how the nails go. As I say, I'll fix the top, I'll nail everything into the ridge at the top. Then we'll get the purlins done, we'll straighten those rafters up by the measure and by the eye. And that's it, I'll just clip myself to the ridge and I'll just carefully work up there. That's all I can really do. And yeah, we should get this one done and then we'll get that one done. And then we can think about those gables, which we're going to be built. So one gable goes across this beam, one gable goes across that beam. That's a full gable because we've got our small oak roof, which comes up and down in between. And then we've got the gables on the other end, which have the barn end and the gablet. And we'll explain that in a bit later down the line, eh?
Yes.
Anyway, we better crack on before we freeze, eh? Get the gloves on. So once we've fixed all these rafters through, it's a matter of getting them straight over the purlin. So using the rod that I use everywhere, this is the same rod that I marked all of our stud work out with. It's everything, it's all the centers for everything. It's just a matter of tacking it on the back of the purlin. We've got the top held, the bottom held. They were all set out by the rod. And then using these stainless steel fixings all the way through the rafter into the purlin. And you can see I'm attached to the ridge. So I'm very, very safe. In fact, this is where I feel most at home. So let's get that one fixed. And that's it. And we basically go through the whole roof just like that. I'll heel that over. There we go. Lovely. Lovely.